Who are your mentors? And what did you learn from?
I have several mentors in my life, okay, but some of them have had far more significant impact on my life than some of the others. First is my father. The reason why I'm mentioning my father is that he had a huge impact on my career at a critical moment in my life. I am a BSc Physics and Mathematics student. Till BSc, I was a first class student all my life. BSc final exams, I don't know what went wrong. Last day of the exam, I came home and my father came back from work and he asked me, how did it go? And we had a very good relationship. I could be very open and frank with him. So I said, bad. And he was a man of precision. And he said, how bad is bad? So I said, it's so bad, I might either get a third class or I'll fail. So my brother was there, my sister was there, my mom was there. They were all stunned because I was so forthright with him. Nobody said anything. We had dinner. So next day I was leaving for work. So he asked me, say, what do you want to do now? Do you want to study further or you want to go to work? So I said, I want to go to work. So he said, well, then you start looking for a job from today. So I said, who will give me a job? Because I haven't got my results. He said, that's the point. That the day the results are out, you're either a failed BSc or a third class BSc and nobody will give you a job. So you have to beat the results. Lesson number one. Okay. So you won't believe it. I started applying for jobs. Within the first week of my applying for a job, I got a job with a management consultant. Okay, as a trainee. So um 2 months passed. I was doing quite well. Essential thing that the job was he would interview candidates for hiring for Nagar Group. I had to observe the candidates when he asked them the questions. I had to note down everything that this fellow said, what he said, how he looked, what was his body language. This is what I had to tell him. And he would ask some very awkward questions to this guy. Like, for instance, he will say, what are your favorite books you read? So they'll give some very high saluting names. He said, what about porno? What kind of pornography have you read? And then the guy, the guy will squirm, right? Now, after the interview was over, he will ask me, what did you think? So I will give my opinion about the candidate. He said, listen, you yourself are a funny guy, right? You have no experience. I'm not asking you about your opinion about the candidate. I want you to tell me what did you observe in terms of what he did when I asked him awkward questions. So he said, your job is to observe like a camera on the wall. I don't want your opinions. Don't use your brain. Just tell me. This is my first lesson. What a fantastic lesson. To be able to observe people without judgment, right? And then add judgment later.